friends, and welcome to another WSIB Truth Matters with Joe Machado on this beautiful Monday afternoon. I hope you all had a nice weekend. The weather was just absolutely amazing. We had a great time here, and you know what? As always, if the weather's nice, good reason to get in the back, do the barbecue, get some cocktails, and just unwind and relax. So we're back at it here on Monday. I did have an opportunity to read a little bit about this imminent strike from the WSIB employees. I guess this has been looming now for quite a while. So anyway, I just wanted to take the time to give you my 2 cents about this. Not that you really care, and for those of you who don't, that's fine. But I do have somewhat of a perspective. Considering over the past 30 years, I've worn 3 hats at the same time. One as an injured worker, the other one as an injured worker representative, and the other one as an employer, because I had a number of paralegals and other support staff working for me. So that's a perspective from somebody who wore 3 hats pretty much all the time. So I hope I'm not going to leave you with the wrong impression, but true to my nature, I'm going to tell it like it is and like I see it. But how about this? How about this question? Wouldn't it be nice to have all the things that you want and not have to worry about how you're going to live, pay for your bills, pay for your kids' education, for the occasional trip, down south, and maybe play around the golf every now and then, and for the ladies, some spa. Not that guys don't like to go to the spa as well, because I like it myself. My wife and I do it sometimes. So anyway, enough about that. But hey, how about a 6-figure salary, 100,000 plus? How about that? How about a leisurely job where you really have little accountability and you don't have to report to too many people? And if you do, it doesn't really matter. How about lots of personal days paid? Because we can all use a few more of those R&R days that go on top of our holidays. Oh, how about more holidays? Paid holidays. How about more sick days? Paid for. How about a generous amount of employer contributions to your pension plan so that you can continue to live this lifestyle once you're over 65? Or how about an elite health plan or dental plan or eyewear? Because they have those. What the fuck? How about 4 spa days, a membership at an exclusive golf club, season's tickets to the Leafs, although I'm not sure that's a great thing right now, a housekeeper, and a paid chauffeur? How about all of that? Can you imagine a lifestyle with all of these things, not having to worry about anything? Of course you can't. You can't imagine that, because you don't have it. You're not even getting paid everything you should be paid. The WSIB gravy train is only reserved for a select few. Those are the ones who do fuck all and push their frontline workers to do all of the shit that they scheme in behind the scenes, have their frontline workers take all of the brunt, all of the shit, all of the abuse that comes from injured workers. And I don't say that lightly, because I think that people, when they're desperate, they say things and that they don't necessarily mean. That's the ones that the gravy train is reserved for. And not everybody can be in that train. And the frontline employees, they're not on that train. They're the ones that take the shit for the planning and scheming that the other ones do. They're the ones that have their decisions oftentimes overruled when they're just trying to do the best they can. with the limited amount of training that they have. Like, they're talking about 16 weeks training. The lady there from their spokesperson from the board, Jennifer Rushby, the 16 weeks, 20 weeks, 25 weeks, 6 months. Are you kidding me? My paralegals couldn't handle a case on their own until they had 1 year supervised training, intensive training, to make sure they understood the laws, that they knew what they were doing when they were putting forth a request, that they used the proper section of the Act to do that, to dot the I's and cross the T's. It takes time to learn those things. 6 weeks? Really? That's not enough. It's not. No wonder caseworkers are always saying no or whatever, because they're not confident in their decision-making process, especially when somebody pulls the rug from underneath them. No, don't get me wrong. There are case managers that I've come across, plenty of them, that just don't give a shit. And I don't know if they become cynical after a while, that really anything they do can help. Somebody's just going to overrule them. I don't know. Or it's just they're not in the right career path, in which case you address that early on. But I don't really believe that these people that are hired to be case managers, I don't believe that their intent is to screw people over. They don't have the power to do that. They don't. They can think it all day long, but they don't have the power. It's the fat cats upstairs. You know who I'm talking about. The big ones that get the big check. They skim off of injured workers. They skim off of their own staff to give themselves these really nice pay increases and all that comfy stuff that I talked about in the beginning of my video here. So, 70 cases up to 140. Is that too much? Yeah, of course it is, for one person to handle. They're going to do a difficult job with 70. They're going to require a lot of overtime or take all of their shit home to think about what they're going to do the next day and not even have a home life. Because to handle 70 cases for one person, that's a lot. Let alone 140. How about this for a novel idea? How about you don't take the 1.5 billion fucking dollars you gave to employers, pay your people properly, have the right number of staff, make sure they're adequately trained, and pay them well to do their job. And they'll probably do a really good job if you don't set them up for failure. Which you have. Why don't you take the generosity that you had in your scheming minds to give back $1.5 billion to employers and give it to the workers who need it, who are actually entitled to it, and give it to the employees that are doing their job to make sure that they look after these people. How about you do that? And no more fucking bonuses. What the hell you need a bonus for? Go play fucking bingo. You might get a bonus there. Something's wrong. Now, all the power to the employees to fight for their rights, to get paid for what they do and what they deserve, and for their benefits, and for more training, so that they don't burn out and give their entire lives to this organization that will suck the joy out of anybody's life. And I believe they will succeed because they're part of a union. They're a brotherhood. They have strength. And I'm telling you, to you, injured worker, listening to me, my brother, like an injured worker. You have power too. You have leverage. And that's the courts. The Ontario judicial system. That's your power. And you can exercise that power with a class action lawsuit. It's there for you, because I know the courts aren't going to look at what's being done, the atrocities, and be kind to this organization that is fucking rotten to the core. Rotten. And the injustices brought upon your families are as great as those that are being suffered by the employees right now that they're fighting for. You're fighting to support your families and for your futures. I believe it's a fight worth fighting. And you can join me in this class action lawsuit and put these MFs in their place once and for all. All right, friends. And so tomorrow, coming up, I'm going to be talking about an old issue, but seems to be recurring at the tribunal. And that is the issue of Section 147 benefits. So it's under the pre-1990 Act, so before Bill 162, and it applies to injuries before January 1st, 1990. Okay? And I'm going to talk about those supplements. There's a whole structure of supplements and how they work. And it seems to be a rather recurrent confusion or confusing matter for decision makers and appeals resolution officers, which 30 plus years later shouldn't be the case, but it is. So any of you who have a pre-1990 claim, you might want to tune in tomorrow and get that video, because you're going to hear some stuff that might be helpful to you. And trust me, if there's benefits that you can get going back, I'm going to help you get them, because I know how to do it. All right, friends, have an amazing Monday evening, and we'll see y'all tomorrow, Tuesday. All right, take care now.